Damn, I didn't know that. I thought you were older.
Nah, I'm 18. You 18 as well?
Yeah.
We're both the same age. Wow. Look at that. Anyway. Push coming in from Team Spirit off towards long. Shots coming in. Xantares got to hide in behind the car, and they're pushing towards him. The shot's coming right through. And Xantares trying to tap away, just not landing anything. At this point, it's all about staying alive. Ooh, staying alive, I was going to say. But Xantares, he just dropped P250 to the cranium.
Now, God B does have support of a lot of his teammates towards his short and CT area. The only problem is, can they connect the shots? The flash is coming in. Tabson as well, missing a few. Tabson, come on, mate. SDY finds that kill onto him. And God B, what is happening with Big at the moment? They are missing everything. And Team Spirit don't lose a single member. And unfortunately for Big, they had the positioning. They just couldn't hit the shots.
Team Spirit started off Dust 2 very well. And coming into this map, I'm actually scared for Big. Because this map is a good map for Team Spirit. You know, they are a very solid team on this match. On this map, should I say. They end up winning Mirage. Dust 2 is one of Spirit's, like, top maps. They're so good at this map. We see it in the CIS region played a lot. Team Spirit, they beat the CIS teams, the lesser CIS teams, pretty consistently. They take some of the bigger scalps. I mean, they beat Windstrike on this map. So, looking pretty good. Dima opening things up here on the B-bomb site has got himself a double.
And here we go. Only 3 members of Big left remaining in the playing field in this round. The bomb being planted on soft kick. Team Spirit looking to pick up a pretty easy round. Xantares falling as well. And it's all down to God B, Tabson left. And now it's all up to the IGL. See what he can do. P250 in hand. Can't even find a single kill. So an unfortunate round coming out from Big, but not the less. That is not that expected that you don't find any kills. And Team Spirit with a very nice 2-0 lead, and I feel like for Spirit they need to have a really, really good start on this T side if they feel as if they can win this map, because this is Big's map pick. The last map was relatively close, and I feel like they need a large string of rounds to get that momentum going, and that is a great start onto Tizian, the only player with an M4.
That is sad. Tizian gets tagged up as he tries to cross over the double doors. Ends up coming out worse for wear, and Sotfik trying to cause problems off towards long, rattling the shots off. Damage done onto 2 players. Xantares on 3. Tizian on 18. And Team Spirit starting off strong here on Dust 2. It's been brought up in the chat a few times. A couple of people are actually confused. Smuya is not playing for the roster because he's recently stepped down due to a mutual agreement from him and Big. So we've actually got Nex back in the roster.
One of the things, Dinko, which is surprising to me, is I've never seen a real buy like this. It's like the hero M4. And the rest of Big have sort of bought up a little bit, and they're going to buy up in the next. But it means that if Big don't win out this round, it should be next. With probably just an SMG, so with Tabson, my mistake. Actually, because Tizian's low, so he gave that M4 over to Tabson. Because he is so low at the moment. But Team Spirit looking to get control towards long. They already have it, but they need to progress up until towards this A-bomb site. And the flash is coming in. SDY. And the peaks come out. Oh, it's a very easy cleanup coming out from Team Spirit. Because it's only God B and Next left. And unfortunately, that M4 is not recoverable in this situation.
God B, in the gap of the smoke. They're going to walk on by, but the flashbang is excellent. Completely blinds Next. And God B is spotted as well. Some die young. Excellent double coming in. 3-0 for Team Spirit. And Big are off to a poor start, and the odds from ES.bet have actually shifted in the favour of Team Spirit. Who would have thought that coming into this matchup?
Yeah, that's a big change around. I feel like both of us expected Bigs to be the favourites into this.
I kind of would predict them as the favourites based on an individual level. I definitely thought Spirit could pull the upset due to Big obviously having a new roster. There's got to be a little bit of weakness there. And look at this. Team Spirit just barreling through the smokes towards long. They've got themselves a kill already, but they have to try and slow the pace down because they've lost a man of their own.
Yeah, look, that's something different from Team Spirit. We haven't often seen that much aggression. And now look at Tizian here. He's really stuck in this position because he doesn't have any teammates to support him. But what it's actually going to do is make Team Spirit come away from that B area. Tabson towards short. So a very interesting CT-sided play coming out from Big as they try and get both of their members towards this mid-unders area. And Tabson, looking towards T-Sport, isn't able to find anything as of yet. And Tizian, it's so important for him to get a kill here, Dicko.
He really does need to find one, and they run on in. They'll spot his head. He hasn't got a single kill just yet. They might have to back off. He'll call the info that they are inside of the B bomb site, and Demo will see that it's empty. So he gives so much info on over to his teammates, so they can just take the B bomb site. Going to get a run in, and Big, they might just consider saving here. 2v4.
Yeah, as soon as they lose that member of Tizian, immediately you could see the play come out from Big, and that's opt to save. So what does look like a 4-0 lead coming out from Spirit. And Softkick, if he gets the timing right, he actually might be able to take down a few of these CTs. They might not expect him to be in this lurking position. And next... Oh my god!
That was a nice shot.
Okay then.
Yeah. Tabson, he's got himself 2. Needs to hang on to this AWP. There's no money in Big. And the AWP is a very influential weapon. If it can stay alive, there's still a chance here for Big into the next one. It's such an impactful weapon, it can really turn around rounds on its own. So, Dima, he's going to get the kill though. The AWP not carried over, and actually, it will be carried over just on the other team.
So Big there, not being able to save that AWP into this 5th round. And so far, a very, very good start coming out from Spirit. But what more can they do? Tabson was able to damage the economy ever so slightly, as taking 2 exit kills in the late ends of that last round. They're now coming into the 5th. And just a pistol by HG's coming in towards the B apartments. And I tell you what, the tunnels, that has done a lot of damage already. They find 1 kill, and that's what you want from those HGs, is just to find that 1 kill. That it does a lot.
Oh, a headshot from some Die Young. That'll stop Xantares from getting anything in towards B, but Tabson is actually slithered his way through the lower tunnels. Coldy is aware that it's a possibility, and so will hold it. He'll eventually come back, spots Tabson, throws the Molotov, and that should scare him away. Tabson having to try and hide inside the middle. What to be 5-0. Team Spirit lighting Big up. Max loss bonus will come in next round up. Big will get a buy.
Davkos able to find 1. Tabson, hang on a minute. Might be able to find a gun, but no. The enclosure coming out from the T's, and Big, like you said, are going to be able to get their gun round in on the 6th round. And the AWP onto Tabson. What can he do with it? So far, he did find 2 of those exit kills in the last few rounds, but now it is up against the gun round. Davkost versus Tabson, the AWP players for both of the teams. And Team Spirit, in a slow default, spreading out across the map, but heavy long aggression all taken from the CTs, and that's going to force Team Spirit back out of bedroom.
Is that what the Australians call it?
Oh, bedroom, yeah. Is it? What would you call it?
I call it the longhouse.
No, mate. Bedroom.
Wow, that's cool. What is Diggity on Dust 2?
Diggity, I think, is what they call short. So jungle is where the arches is. Diggity is where, like, the porch is, where, like, the,
Alright.
whatever you call it. I don't know. We call it porch, but I think it's quad for you guys or something.
Oh, yeah. There's always got to be a Diggity on a map, right? There's a Diggity on every map. Everything's just Diggity. Flashbang. It's going to come in towards short. Xantares completely blinded by it. He's got himself a smoke at the ready. He'll toss that on up. Now cover off players in behind it. Delaying Big, delaying Spirit further. They've got utility over on the Spirit side to go for a final attack, but Big are using all of theirs up to try and hold them off. 45 seconds. There goes another smoke from Goal B. They just have to push through the smokes this time, Team Spirit. No time for waiting. Here comes their own utility. That's going to force Xantares away. He plays anti-flash. He looks back into the flames. There's the shot from Xantares. Kill coming in from some Die Young. In the chaos, Big come out on top, but the bomb will be planted.
A 3-on-4. Big look to see if they can get this retake on the way, but that's a nice kill onto Sophic, and he knows where the next is. The AUG, my mistake, the SG, the T-sided AUG, doing a lot of damage as Sophic does get his help from his teammates, and now it's all up to Tizian. 1v3, and how did that round just end so quickly? And Team Spirit winning all the engagements there.
Oh man, I need to turn that sound off. My bad. Look at that turned off. Well, thank you for the host, whoever it was. But yeah, 6-0, Team Spirit They are leading the way quite dominantly, and this is a little bit scary for Big. Obviously, there is going to be weaknesses coming into a new roster like this, but they're at least expecting to put up a bit more of a fight than this, but Team Spirit aren't a team you can underestimate. They have that CIS powerhouse, and they have themselves Dust 2, which is a really good map for them, and they end up winning Mirage, so this is looking relatively strong for Team Spirit.
And Big, coming into this with a few upgraded pistols, a bit of body armor around the players, and a few bits of utility. But other than that, a very weak buy up against the AKs and the rifles coming out from Team Spirit. As once again, that slow, methodical play is coming to light. And what interests me is Team Spirit is sometimes, even though they have these slow defaults, they'll often default where they'll go to one area of the map and stay together rather than opting to go for mid control. Or opting to get map control as well.
I think that's just when they're going up against the lower economy buys, because obviously if they split up, they're more susceptible to dying to a couple of pistols. Someone upgrades their weapon, and then there you go, Big spiral out of control. But Team Spirit going slow at the start, but keeping themselves in a group. Here they go, in towards the A-bomb site. It's Dima right through the smoke. Strikes first, and the Deagle from Xantares is spamming away. That's the good headshot, and Golby is slithered around the back. He spots the bomb as well. So Team Spirit are getting held off currently, but how much longer can Big hold on to it? Coldy makes the damage. Saltfig picks up one as well. Golby causing problems. Golby! Oh my god! He's got himself 4, and that is definitely God B.
Wow. He's done that twice today. Once a Mirage, and now a Dust 2. Big clutches coming out from God B. And you are right, God B coming alive, 4 kills in that round. And they only had pistols. You just spoke about it, them staying close together so they don't get picked apart by the pistols. But that round, I can't believe what just happened. So many smokes, and the CTs, they were just hiding in it, waiting for that opportunity. And God B, a very big round.
Yeah, it is a big round from God B, but there's still bigger problems to look at for this side. And I think the money is still not going to be too great, which could open up the opportunity for Spirit to reset them and dominate them harder, which is a little bit scary if you're Big. The odds definitely favouring the Spirit side coming into this matchup at the minute. Big, I'm sure they've taken a pause just to lull things over.
6-1, the streak coming out from Spirit. The 16-0 dream has died down. I don't think they had the intention of a 16-0 in the back of their minds, but a 6 quick rounds coming out from Spirit does come to an end. But the economy, Dinko, is still very, very strong coming out from the T's, and they're going to come straight back. Oh,
this is trippy. My head.
Motion sickness.
It actually does give me a little bit of motion sickness for some reason.
It's like, please pull me up. Don't put me upside down.
Yeah, it's just hanging upside down. Anyway, Big, here they go. The money, yeah, it's good. Never mind. It's all fine. They've made enough. That was the one thing I was worried about, but they have got enough money, and they've got their own win, surely, after this. What a fast play from Spirit. They try to change up the pace, try and smash the economy of Big, but they end up getting wrecked. And Big, they should be able to pick apart these last 2 players, and that may just open up an opportunity for them to start building that cash up further.
What a great round coming out for Big. They don't lose a single member, and it's the only person taking damage is next, so that round picked apart, and it was that early long aggression coming out for the CTs. They were just contesting so much control, and it seemed like the fights went in their favour, as straight away, it would have been within 15 seconds of the round, they were already able to find two unanswered kills.
So it's Team Spirit, another buy, but this might just be the last of their infinite economy. It's going to fall apart. Here comes the smokes in. That'll cover off short, and they run up towards short. This is a fast play from Spirit again, running right into Tabs, and this time is ready for it. Xantares peeks on the back of his teammate's flash, and this is more like it from Big. Playing as a team, using the utility perfectly, and another cleanup for the Big side. Team Spirit back to the eco.
Yeah, this is really surprising. So Team Spirit, the round just before that, they try and get long control. Heavy presence is 3 CTs towards long. So what Spirit try to do there is they go, okay, if they're going to hold a really heavy CT approach long, let's try and split 2 people out towards short, keep the rest of the players towards long, and try and keep them in, catch them off in the rotations between the 2 long and towards the site. But unfortunately there, they just get picked apart, and the flashes coming in, the two members on short not getting anything done. The first one falling to the AWP, and then the second player was completely blind. So for Team Spirit there, the game plan into it seemed like a smart approach, but when it actually came down to the works, it didn't really chime together. And finally, Big are able to pick up 3 rounds, and both of those rounds look very promising for Big.
Yeah, I'd say they seem a little bit better here. They are much more cohesive as a unit on the CT side. They're playing together well. A lot of the time they were getting caught from the fast plays from Spirit, but this time they're just ready for it. The flashbang to flash Xantares into a short to deal with that. You know, Tabson picking off the first, and then again Tabson with the opening into this one. And that's scary if you're Team Spirit, because the individuals are starting to wake up on Big. They have just awoken the dragon. Well, actually, that one doesn't really work. Spirit of the dragon. That doesn't work. Wait.
You're just confusing me here.
Yeah.
The upside down Australians getting confused.
I tried to use a clever metaphor, but turns out Spirit's logo is a dragon, so that doesn't work, does it?
Unfortunately not. And unfortunately, this round's not really working either. There is an AWP. So did they buy an AWP into that round? Because it was just pistols. I don't know where this came from. Sophic. Coldie with 1. And Big. Ooh, hang on a minute. They're just walking into the crosshair, so they can't be too open to find a kill. Otherwise, members are just going to keep falling. And Coldie spotted out Tizzy in here. No, he hasn't. That's a 4 for Big. And they're going to pick up the double AWP setup. Where is that second AWP going to go? That's what interests me.
Ooh, that's not a shot from Tabson. Catching Davkos to open up the round. So, Spirit, they had a solid start into Dust 2. I said it was looking good, but Big are looking better. We've already missed a kill due to the replays, but Davkos has found Xantares coming into their first gun round in a while here at Team Spirit, so time to try and capitalize off of that early advantage. There still used to be such an AWP potential here on Big between, obviously, Tabson and Smooya. We've seen the second AWP tossed around between God B and Nex so far. So, it'll be interesting to see how that one plays out. There's a kill from Tabson. That'll pull it back. It's a 4v4.
And Big. Tabson making the damage work, bringing back that mad disadvantage into an even playing field. But a 4-4... And one of the biggest problems that Big might be faced against is if this bomb goes down, it's going to be difficult to retake with this AWP, so they need to try and find the kills before the bomb gets planted. So far, it does look as if Team Spirit are going to make their way towards this B bomb site. Heavy traffic with the T's, and it is up against a Sprang Org and the AWP on Tabson. And what can Spirit do? They need to find an opening here, and that's Tabson. Once again, the AWP so strong. And oh, the flash. Interesting. It's actually going to blind them, and Team Spirit now in a very awkward situation because realistically they can't keep pressing the pressure towards B. They need to go towards mid. That's another AWP shot missed, and that's going to allow God B to get back in towards this A bomb site. Is he going to escape in time? But so much counter utility being used by Big, flashing the opponents. That's a nice shot on SDY.
Time.
And next, up on the cross, and there it is. Round over. As Coldie's the last one remaining. Like you said, Dinko, no time left. The AK is just going to be saved.
Yeah, no time to get onto the bottom site. Team Spirit were left going towards B. It was looking okay, but Tabson says no, locks them out of the bomb site. And then they have to make a desperate push up towards short in towards A. And they're ready to hold that off. And I'm afraid Team Spirit just run out of time. And it will be Big back into this matchup. 5-6. The scoreline is favouring Team Spirit, but I don't think it'll be fair for them too much longer. Big have the full buy, the AWP, the AUGs, and the M4s up against one AK and a couple of upgraded pistols, along with some Kevlar.
The 12th round, and Team Spirit in a very difficult task, especially with the buy that they have. And a heavy presence once again towards this B-bomb site. But the economy for Big, it's just getting stronger by the minute.
Yeah, that was the scary part. That's the reason Spirit was so dominant at the start, was they had control of the economy. Big just never got a buy. But when you allow them to get this money built up, you're asking for trouble. Here go Team Spirit right in towards the B bomb site. The tech knife from Dima. It's a drive-by shooting. He gets one. Cold able to find Nex. And that's a 4v3. The Molotov used up towards the top window. That's going to trickle on through and actually fails. So it's going to bounce off the wall. Team Spirit needs to hold on to the site. They have the advantage. They come out on top of this site. And Big are going to have to mount this retake. One coming in from the lower tunnels, but Saltfic, he's waiting for this. He knows it's a possibility, and Xantares needs to be careful. He has to check the corner. He's going to find Saltfic, and this retake is on. Davcost on the spot. Samda Young looking towards the tunnels. The flashbang comes in for Big. It's Xantares from the tunnel, spraying through Samda Young. Long spray, gets the kill though, and Big are locked out of the site. Team Spirit are doing this off the back of pistols, and the AUG, it's doing a lot of work. Gold B will get himself a consolation frag, but needs to fall away. What a pickup from Team Spirit. 7-5.
Oh, what a round too. I mean, just a quick aggression. It doesn't work out for Big at all, as they can't even hold the site. As soon as that bomb goes down, it was already a man Spirit. And Big, B bomb site of Dust 2 is one of the hardest bomb sites to retake. And just look at this positioning from Xantares. I mean, the individual plays, but unfortunately, I don't know what happened there, but he got blind. I don't know if that was a flash coming in from one of his teammates.
Imagine if it was his own flash. I didn't quite get to see it, obviously, from the point of view we were looking at. But, yeah, it was unfortunate. He was blinded. Samda Young missed, whiffed the spray as well, so there was an opportunity for him to actually end up coming back into that site and allowing Big to have a successful retake. But the point we sort of talked about was the economy from Big being built up. They have another buy. Tabson looks to try and get in towards the B tunnels, and there's a player waiting for him at the other end of it. AWP can be traded back very quickly. At least there's a couple of players here from Big over towards the B bomb site. A is actually their main weakness here if Spirit are to attack fast.
Spirit back in the game. 5 rounds in a row coming out from Big. But it is going to be the CIS roster answering back, but that is not the answer. Tabson posted up aggressive in towards the upper tons with the AWP, and that's a first shot. And a first kill going in favour of the mostly German team. Xantares, the Turkish member, looking towards short, stuck in between CT and the A-bomb side at the moment, but he falls back. And Team Spirit, how do they play off this man disadvantage at the moment, Nico?
Here goes the flashbang. Spirit need to just brute force their way into the bomb site and make sure they can try and pull that advantage back, but they're unable to do so. Gopi and next, they step up with 2. What is happening? Xantares in the smoke. He's finally finished off, and Davcost in a 1v3. He's got the AWP moving in. Flashbangs Gopi, picks up the kill with a Glock, going for the no-scope. It's Davcost on for the ace. This would be incredible. Tizian in a 1 versus 1. What has Davcost just done? The bomb being planted 3 seconds, gets the plant in, and Tizian is moving his way through the ramp. Oh, Tizian with the jump shot. What the hell is that?
He denies Davcost the ace with the AWP, the Kukli jump shot, and Big, they seal their 6th. What a crazy round that was.
That was nuts. Davcost hit some insane kills. We think there's a chance for him. And then the Kukli jump shot coming in from Tizian on the AUG. That is absolutely crazy. That round was just mental. Look at this. Look at this from Davcost. Flashbangs gets the kill with the Glock. Another kill coming in from the AWP. And he could have got the ace in the end. But Tizian with the incredible jump shot coming in with the instant headshot. That is just incredible.
See, I wonder if there's a better jumping accuracy with the AUG over the M4. Because I know there's been so many videos about the Kukli jump shot, the percentage of kills and headshots, but I wonder with the AUG. There we go. Team Spirit now not the favours as Big, even though they lost the first map, 1.45 to be the match winner. So if you do want to be able to get these odds, head over to es.bet and sign up. Because look at that. Big is the favourites.
I know it's not pronounced Kukli, but it's from the Scream video, guys. Kukli backband.
Kukli.
I know it's Cali, but it's Kukli backband.
That's a player we haven't seen in a very long time.
Scream?
I know, Callie.
Obviously, yeah.
Scream as well, yeah.
There's a reason we haven't seen Callie in a long time, Twig. We're not going to get into that.
Well, he can play ESL now.
Yeah, but who wants? Anyway. Yeah, last time I think I seen Screenplay, I was at the event in PLG Grand Slam Abu Dhabi.
Fnatic.
Yeah, no. He played for ECL with Doc's team at PLG Grand Slam.
Oh, yes.
It wasn't on broadcast, but I was there working the event, so I seen him.
That's right. That was like Doc's first LAN.
Yeah.
Scream.
He played pretty well, actually, from what I've seen. Hello, coming right back into it, ladies and gentlemen. It's 6-7, the pause is undone. And Big on the buy. Team Spirit come close, so they'll get it by themselves. It's not exactly great, but they have enough.
An aggressive play coming out from Godbeat. So we have seen a big, heavy presence towards this long bedroom area, but it's Godbeat getting aggressive for the first time. And I wonder if Team Spirit are going to see this coming. Are they going to be able to get him out of this position? But no, Godbeat is just going to fall back, so the early aggression not working out, but it looks to be a mid to B split here.
Yeah, throw smokes in, waiting for the push though. Team Spirit are going to have to wait until the Molotovs go away. Now, sun control up towards B. The B split definitely is what they wanted to do, but it's been disallowed by Xantares, who gets the kill. Davkos just walks right into him with the AWP and is able to pick up the shot. The 4v4, utility is still a little bit there on Team Spirit, but they're very limited in what they can do due to the two smokes. So, what's the call here from Team Spirit? Do they want to leave B and try and commit in towards the A-bomb side? There's definitely that possibility, but either site choice will be a difficult task. 37 seconds left. Definitely have made the decision to head towards that A-bomb site. They're going to wrap around long and try and approach all the players from there.
And I feel like that's the best decision because that's where the AWP can be most effective in this kind of situation. And look at this from Godbeat. Getting aggressive up mid. He's going to leave his only member towards A. And that's Tabson. He's not even towards the side. So with this smoke coming out, this should be Big completely locked out of the side. But no! There's a hole in the smoke and Tabson, unfortunately, being blind, doesn't able to find anything through it. But the Orgs doing so much damage. And it's the Orgs reigning supreme. SDY, the last one left, not even being able to save his life. So he finally gets taken down 7-7. And Team Spirit, this economy is so bad. It's been interesting that it's been like 6 rounds in a row for Spirit, and then 5 in a row for Big. And now it's 7-7.
Yeah, we're at that point where they're locking heads. Currently, Big look like the bigger beast up. They have the better buy. But as soon as I said that earlier, Team Spirit ended up winning on the back of pistols. So I'm not going to say that again, just in case. But this should, on paper, be Big's round win. But pistols definitely always pose a threat, and Team Spirit have quite a few of them, along with a Scout and a Galil. Even more to back that up. Oh. Xantares. You look at the info that they're all in middle. Well, a few of them are at least. He'll throw a Molotov towards that mid door. That'll prevent them from running him down. And he can actually prepare towards the A-bomb site, calling his teammates to get ready. And Big have a solid hold over here.
Yeah, this is a very, very solid hold on this A-bomb site. But what could Big do? Tabs with the AWB, sees the first. That's shot, but he wants more. And it's going to be Xantares coming out alive for Big. And Xantares! Oh, he's so crisp. He finds that last one with the pistol. So it's all down to Davkos left. And there it is. 8-7, Dinko. Big. What a big comeback in the late stages of that first half.
Oh, wow, yeah. It was a big comeback. And, I mean, they made it work towards the end. Really, they really at the start didn't have control of the economy. And Team Spirit were just constantly bombarding them, hitting fast plays in towards the A-bomb site and B, and really capitalizing off the weaknesses of that low economy buys that Big kept having. They didn't have the utility to slow them or counter them, and that ended up Big losing a few in a row. But as soon as they got the money, as soon as they got the utility, things started to step up. And I'm looking forward to seeing this second half, because I feel like Big have even more to show us. I think we might go to a third. In my opinion, I always thought this best of 3 should go in favor of Big, but Team Spirit definitely can't be underestimated.
Yeah, no, they can't. And I feel like when they have the momentum, when they have the economy on their side, we see them playing a lot better. And you can't say, oh, it's because the economy buys out, but the actual way that they go into the round seems very structured. They're hitting a lot of their shots, and I feel like it's a bit of a confidence booster when they start getting that momentum going. They're a very momentum-based team, and it seems like when that momentum stops, they don't really have an answer. They were only able to win out one more round after that streak of 6.
Yeah, this is a clean feed, guys. We're getting a clean feed from the Russian broadcast. Anyway, it's big. They've got themselves smokes and a couple of flashbangs here coming into the pistol. The second half, can Spirit answer back and get themselves a good start like they did on the first? Or will it be big to smash them? Running out towards long, it's Coldy. Actually, Davkos will pick up the first, and Coldy trying to entertain the fact that there are players coming towards long. No kills coming in towards long just yet, but mid and short have fallen. 3 players left alive on big, and they run up towards the ramp. It's a great start from Team Spirit. They just need a couple more, and big, they're kind of left here with barely any options with this frag out. 2 players don't even have Kevlar, Dwig.
Yeah, it's not looking good for big at this moment of time. The bomb does look like it is going to go down, but oh my god, SDY, what a shot. And 5 USPs left in the playing field, and they are up against the last 2 terrorists. Actually, one's flanking in towards this mid area, and it is going to be God B. What can he do? Spots out one. He's able to take one, but the defuse is already happening, so there it is. Team Spirit, a very easy pistol round. I tell you what, Denko, Team Spirit and pistol rounds is so incredibly strong. From what I think, they've won 4 from 4 today. I feel like they won both of the pistol rounds on Mirage. And they won the first one at Dust 2, and now the second.
You're asking the wrong guy. I literally have the memory of a goldfish, but I think you might actually be correct.
So you're just saying that, really?
No, I can't confirm, right? But going off of that, we'll say. I think it's difficult to remember all the way back. I've casted so many games today, so like it's incredible.
That is true. That is true. Is it your last one of the day?
This is indeed my last best of 3 today. UK brain. Yup. That laugh. Dwig, you've had over the past few days, you've had a lot of admirers of your laugh.
Mate, I get it in Oz. I'm telling you, everyone loves it. It's a work in progress. It's taken like 18 years to perfect. But it only comes out.
Are you serious? Take notes. That's your job. Yes.
What's that?
I'm getting told to take notes. My bad.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Are you taking notes? I've got like an entire scrapbook in front of me.
Yeah, man.
Do you have a protractor? A right-angled triangle? Do you have it all?
I've got my ruler out.
Compass? God, it reminds me of school.
Yeah. Shout out to Shaky, who is doing an excellent job of banning the guys who misbehave in chat. But let's get right back into it. It's 8-8, the scoreline. It's even again.
And big coming into this with the 2 hero AKs on Xantares and Tabson. And I feel like these have both been the heavy hitters so far today. Xantares really coming alive on Dust 2. Finding important kills. But it'll be interesting to see what they do with these 2 AKs. I like the idea of the hero AK. I think that they've been able to bribe 2 into the round. But it has to be effective. And you have to be able to pinch them in the correct situations.
Smoke at the ready. That's going to cover off the cross. Another smoke going up towards the short position. Grenade is going to go in towards short. No one's been spotted by it just yet. But big definitely wanted to go for an A split. They've got 3 players up towards short, 2 inside of long. The Team Spirit have a decent setup here. 1 on the car, 1 on the A bomb side itself, and 1 rotating in from CT.
And look how much utility the 2 AK players have on big. There's SD White, he's tagged down low, so they're going to fight for this long aggression, come back into the game, and there it is. Tabson fighting the first, and he fires the second. So a great start coming out from big. And Team Spirit, they need to try and stop this bomb going down, but Xantares and Tizian as well. And how has this round gone all so wrong? Coldy, the last one left, in a 1-on-5, and these two AKs doing so much damage in the round.
There's Coldy.
Wow.
He'll be dropped in big, answer back cleanly with a weaker buy, but it works perfectly for them in the end. The force buy coming in. It's a clean one. Don't even lose a single player. Spirit will be kicking themselves about losing that one. Although, here comes another force buy of their own. Back into it straight away. CZ, 5-7s, and a scout in play on Davcost. Over on Big, it's the AKs, the scout, and the AUG for Big to work with. So it's still favouring the Big buy here, but Team Spirit, they still stand a chance.
Yeah, the force buy coming back on. And of course, Davcost picking up the scout. Molotov coming out towards Car, and the terrorists taking the long approach. And really, Davcost just needs to try and find one kill here. That's a sharp shot with the scout. And he now knows where another one is towards Pit. And I'll be interested to see whether he wants to peek again. And yes, he does. Instant trade. He does get a tag. But Godby actually wins that engagement.
Indeed. The smoke goes on towards the site. Some Young, he's on the bomb site. A couple of sprays coming in from Xantares. He's able to pick it up. A second from Xantares. Some Young will get one back with the CZ, but he's going to find another. Xantares is a beast. One man left, and it's Coldy. It's Xantares with the quad kill. Yes, it's against the pistols, but he's done enough.
What was that spray transfer into the player on short? I think we're going to see it here from Xantares. Nice shot from Davcost to start things off. Got B to answer back in the trade, but Xantares, look at this. What is that? That's disgusting.
Oh, he's such an incredible talent. You know, that's why there was always a question, when is he going to come to an international team? The problem was always the language barrier, right? And that may still be a problem within Big, but he's coming to this roster. Finally, we get to see Xantares on an international stage. And he's doing damage here in the online games, at least. Tizian, close towards this. He's going to be the first man. Team Spirit coming across of all 5 players. Golby, he sprays, he gets one, line them up. It's a triple. Some Young picks up the headshot, and Tizian, he'll get himself another. It's 11-8 for Big.
And one of the greatest things, if you look at the scoreboard, Golby is 18-11. See, that's not a sign you see every day. It's always really good to see when an in-game leader is stepping up on the fragging ability on the scoreboard. But for Big's sake, this has really been a huge, huge turnaround. 11-8. And Big, what more can they bring? Tamsin to start things off with the AWP. And it seems like Tamsin and Xantares really, really holding on. They are just making it this comeback ever so possible and reaching out the lead. There's a 3-round advantage coming out for Big. Dima chiming in to answer something back. But so far, Dinko, it has been very, very impressive on Dust 2 from Big once they've found their fitting.
Sofig watching the cross. There's a huge gap in this as well. If any players to walk into it, he will surely pick it up. What a flick. Right through the smoke. Quick on the reaction. Gold B is dropped, and it's an advantage for Team Spirit coming into this retake. Some Young clears the mid doors. No one is there. They'll hop on up over the top. The smoke will cover off the vision of the CTs. They still got the advantage coming into the retake, but the problem is, Dwight, they've only got one kit.
Yeah, that's going to be one of the biggest problems in this round. They need to get a move on. They have to rely on that one kit, even if it does fall, to pick it up. A great post-plant situation, and Big, they don't have any more utility to use, but SDY up close with a teammate. That's going to be next falling, but Tabson with the AWP. We know how crucial he can be finding these kills. Tizian on towards the side. There's Tabson to get an opening. And a second. Tabson. Can he find any more? Tabson. Oh, he an ace from Tabson.
Wow, that is incredible from Tabson, finding them all with the AWP. It's 12-8 for Big, and they keep steamrolling ahead. It seems to be a bit of a slower start to this game, but all the individuals from Big are here to play. Tabson on 21 frags. He was a bit quiet on the first map, and that could be a factor as to why Big were not able to get that solid start. But in this one, are looking solid indeed. And Tabson definitely is an incredible AWP player, so perhaps that's the reason why, you know, the playstyles with Smooya didn't really work out, because Tabson is just so solid on the AWP himself.
He's really just good at everything. Tabson's a great pistol player, but look at this. Team Spirit, once again, that long aggression with the USPs not finding anything, and 13-8. This is one of the biggest turnarounds I've seen for Big. 6-0 they were down. And they bring it back to 13-8. A big, big change. They've just found their confidence, and they're playing to the level of expectations we deserve to see.
Well, time for Spirit to show what they're made of here on the CT side. Dust 2, I said it was a good map for them. It definitely is. But Big are just not matching them on an individual level as Xantares again. Look where he is, all the way through mid. That smoke isn't great, and Coldy is going to sit up inside of the window. He'll rattle shots from the AUG down onto the lower parts of mid. He's got himself the kill, and the smoke will cover off CT cross. This is where Big can really start to make this B split work.
Xantares, like you said, first one to fall. That's a nice shot on next. Cody getting aggressive through the flames with the AUG. He finds to the bomb big drop and taps it. Oh, that's a nice shot with the AWP. And now it's all down to Tizian left. A 1v3, AK in hand. And the bomb, unfortunately, nowhere near him. He needs to try and pick that up. But Team Spirit look as if they have a very good hold in the situation. Tizian is going to fall. That's a nice frag on Coldy. And Team Spirit, they are holding on, Hawker. Dinko, I'm sorry.
Oh, wow, you're going to do me like that.
I've done it too many times. Yeah. Too many times.
This is the first time on camera, though. Anyway, Coldy's going to get himself that one in the replay. Obviously, we've seen... Obviously, Nex was opening up that B round pretty easily, but Coldy is just an incredible player from this window. It does so much damage with that AUG. And for a second, you know, Big looked like the B split is going to work, but Coldy is the one-man army finding all 5. And that's 2 aces in a row we've seen. Tabs him with the one in the previous, Coldy in this one. Who's going to ace this time, Dwight?
I feel like it's going to be a little while. I feel like, give it like 3 rounds until we see another ace, I reckon. It's not happening this round, but that cost the AWP. He can show Team Spirit that it's not just Tabson with the AWP. I can do it as well. As Big losing a member, and finally Team Spirit, it seems as if they do have a little bit of control. A much needed round in the last. And can they follow up with this second round? 13-9. And it's so important for Team Spirit to come back into this game because they looked so promising early on, but Big, they've been firing up.
Looks like a long will be the point of contact for Big as they want to move on in. Some Young holds it, gets the double. That's excellent for Team Spirit. That puts them back in this easily. But Xantares and Nex have a very tough challenge of having to clutch this one back. Xantares will look over the top of CT, but they walk right into Sotfik, who picks one up with the AUG. And Nex in a 1 versus 4. The bomb will be carried on over towards the A bomb site, getting planted. And the advantage is tripled over on Spirit. Nex is lucky to get that bomb plant, in fact, so they're just going to wait for this retake attempt to come in. There's the kill from Dima. Easy cleanup. Doesn't even need the rest of his team. Defuse in. Double figures for Team Spirit, and this game is getting close.
Double AWPs as well, so it'll be interesting to see which other member is going to pick it up. Obviously, Davkos being the AWPer for the team, but where's that second one going to go? And like you said, double figures coming on through the CIS lineup. And here we go. Coldy, he's going to say, let's have the AWP. And Big, we're going to buy into this, but unless there's an AK on the floor for Tabson, there has to be at this point. Oh, it's an AWP. Even better for Tabson. So the economy game is still looking very strong in this round for the Big side. But a slow default, and Team Spirit, they split up the AWPs.
Slower approach from Big this time. Want to make sure they have all the pieces of the puzzle ready to go. Mid control is being taken. Xantares is very good at just moving his way through in these positions. Realize it's completely clear and we'll get up towards short. Rest of Big following the approach in. Tabson get it boosted. This could be the edge that they need to try and find that kill. There we go. Spots the head. Very difficult shot to hit. He just couldn't quite land it, so has to fall back inside of the tunnels. And Team Spirit know there's a presence towards the B bomb site, so we'll throw some utility to try and delay them.
Well, that's a lot of information already gathered, because you know if he's boosted, there has to be at least 2 players towards B. And especially the AWP there as well. So that could give a little bit of a sign for Team Spirit that it is going to be a B hit. As all of the T's from Big are grouped up in the tunnels. But what can they do? Running down the clock and, oh, that's just further counter utility. And, oh, Colby falls to Tabson through the smoke, just seeing him before the smoke blooms. And Dima, he now needs as much help as he can. The flash coming in over the top. That's a great flash, but he gets counter flash. Dima, he needs to try and follow up with another, and he can't. There's a 4-on-3. The bomb going to be planted any second now from Big. And it's going to be God being a put in the numbers. And Team Spirit, it's a save straight away.
Yeah, they aren't really in a position where they could even attempt this retake. And even if they were to attempt it, Big would likely win it anyway. So they've just got to save what they've got. Big coming back stronger here. Still not a great... It's still not great. I mean, you know, Spirit have had shines of life where they've started to come back in. But looking like Big are starting to pick up the pace and making themselves more comfortable towards the end of this match. Of course, this is only map number 2. Big did end up losing the first map of the series. And that opens up the opportunity now for a third, which at this point really has to go there of how close this matchup has been.
Yeah. And it's good to see because both of these teams, it's good to see a little bit of competition. You've got a 16-13 on Mirage that Spirit was able to take. And now it's 14-10. So hasn't been any whitewashes. It's been very close games between the two. And Spirit, they're just holding on. They're going to bring in 3 Augs, an AK, and an AWP in this round. And Big, long aggression, fast long aggression coming out. Xantares on the entry, completely blind at this point. Lots of counter utility coming out. And Spirit, they just run back towards the side.
Flashbangs. Xantares is inside of the pit. Looks up towards the top of the A-bomb site. But Big have control of long. They can actually afford to slow here. Keep Team Spirit guessing. Make sure they don't fully rotate. They don't have any control elsewhere, so they're just going to keep walking up, playing contact until they spot anybody. The smoke for the cross should come in still. Just waiting for that to come in. Smoke for the cross will prevent the vision of Davkos on the cross, but they're not even going to smoke it. They're just going to take the fights, and the kills are coming in. It's kills for both teams, as Davkos got one, Dima with a double, and the shot from Tabs will at least pull it back into a 2 versus 2. Back into an equilibrium, and the bomb can be planted for long.
Godby and Tabson. What can they do? Godby actually getting aggressive towards short, so an interesting tactic, and he's blind. He finds the first. Godby, a fantastic kill, and he now knows where Dima is as well. The flash coming in, and he tries to hide towards CT, and that really seals off this 25th round, you'd have to say, Dinko.
Yeah, Dima, he thought he'd done enough. He had the double, but Tabson is luckily enough pulling it to there to pull it back. Godby helps him, and Dima has to back off and save. There's no chance of winning that, but Big really could have done with a cross smoke there. That wouldn't get any problems. They wouldn't have actually lost anybody in the cross, or if they did, it would have been minimal casualties. Instead, with the no cross, they open up an opportunity for a couple of kills to come in, and yeah, that could have been a little bit better from Big, but they still managed to pull through in the end. The shot from Tabson coming in, and only 1 round away here, Big, from taking us just to a 3rd map Dwig. This could really be incredible. Spirit gonna buy up. It's a mix and match buy. They've got a FAMAS on 2 players and 2 Augs, along with an AWP, and a little bit of utility, but they just have to go for it.
At this point, it could be the last round of this 2nd map in the best of 3. Cash, the next map to come up next, if it does go in the way of Big. And it is looking very likely. The bite coming out very solid from Big, and on the other side, you mentioned it just before, Team Spirit not looking that great. It's definitely still something to use into the round. And Big, they've been very, very impressive on both the late end of that first half on their CT side of Dust 2, and now coming over on to the T side. They did lose the pistol, but other than the pistol, they've only lost 2 rounds. It's an interesting flash. I haven't seen that before.
Team Spirit just sitting back passive, waiting for the attack of Big to come at them. They have got some counter utility still saved up here on Team Spirit. They can't delay Big further. Tabson looks to try and open things up finally. First blood to be drawn towards A long. I'm gonna jump spot, see there's no one's there. So can I scope in? His teammates at the ready. Molotov will clear the close angle. There's one person in behind that, and that is some Die Young. A player could step up, but Tabson eliminates him immediately. The push from B can eventually come in towards the A bottom side. There's Xantares opening it up. Next finds the follow-up, and it's all over here. Team Spirit 2v5 retake. It's impossible, Dwayne. And this is going to be big, taking us to a third, surely.
Yeah, you'd have to say so. Coldy and Dean with the line. And now it's all up to Coldy. A 1-on-5. And there's a player behind him. He doesn't even realise he's going to get knifed. He doesn't, unfortunately, get knifed. The attempt was there.
Although Coldy, he's actually pulling this back to Egg. Oh my god! Coldy with the quad kill. He lines them up and it's into a 1 versus 1. There's time on the clock still as well. God B holding the ramp. Out of nowhere, this just came through. And if God B cannot do this, there we go. Never mind. It's a run we'll all forget. God B will do it. It's 16-10 and we're going to map